Okay. Let's meet up with our contact here. I have very little memory of what actually happens here for the agent on Balmorra. So this will be a nice little refresher for me. By the way, just as a reminder, after we're going to mainly focus on the class story for now. But then what we're going to do is stick around on Balmorra and do the planetary story. Just as a reminder, I'm going to be doing the planetary stories, at least on Empire's side. The dark side version on my Sith Warrior, and the light side version on this character, my Agent. So if you want to see those planetary arcs, you can check them here and on my Sith Warrior playlist.
Well, what have we here? Let me take a look at you. Splendid! No one ever suspects an alien. I'm glad Keeper finally sent someone. Pity it took a disaster to get headquarters attention.
You sound like you're familiar with the director.
Oh, Keeper and I go back. I knew him before, well before he was Keeper. Wouldn't trust him if my life depended on it, though. I kid, of course. Keeper's a good sort. But here, I'm being a poor host. Have a drink. Settle in after your trip. This shop doesn't look like much, but it's secure.
Secure or not, this is an odd place to work from.
The shop front's a necessary deception. The Republic and the terrorists have people everywhere. Rather than calling secret informants into a military base, I speak to them here, and no one's the wiser. These terrorists you're after, they've been a thorn in my side for a long while. They're worse than the Republic in some ways.
So they're not working with the Republic?
This terror cell is homegrown, made up of Balmorrans unhappy with the Empire's rule. I suspect the Republic tacitly supports the terrorists. We're their common enemy. So we do our best to cope with the bombings and sabotage.
I suppose you just sit back and wait for their attacks.
Don't be absurd. The terrorists don't announce their plans in advance, so there's little we can do. The governor makes an example of a few dozen Balmorrans after each attack, but it doesn't have much of an effect. Meanwhile, I've been studying the terror cell's structure, and there's good news. If we can take out the local leader, the cell should fall apart.
What do we know about this person?
The terrorists call the man in charge Grey Star. He runs the cell, gives the orders, and knows all the secrets. They claim Grey Star used to work with the Eagle, but who can be sure? Only the high-ranking cell members know Grey Star's identity.
Do you have any theories about Grey Star?
I don't need more theories, I need proof. I have a mole inside the terrorist cell already. He's a good lad. No cipher, though. He can bring you in. You'd have the opportunity to impress the terrorists, win their trust.
And gain access to their leader.
Precisely. Grey Star will be ours. Sanju Pine, my operative, can introduce you to the terrorist recruiters at the Troida military workshop outside the safe zone. But be careful how you present yourself. If the terrorists suspect you're Imperial, you'll lose Grey Star. And your lives.
You and me, we're getting good.
Time for another, I guess, undercover job here.
Don't waste my time, Sanju. You're lucky to even be here.
I got you those scramblers, didn't I? Come on, Kimish, you owe me. Maybe not big time, but you owe me.
When's the last time you did an operation for us?
What? Come on, we've been over this.
Grey Star didn't send out a call for cowards, and neither did the Eagle. Do you think...
Hey, someone finally made it. It's great to meet you in person. This is the group I was telling you about. I think you'll get along with them real well. Better than I do, hopefully.
You're cute, but I think I'd remember if we'd met.
What? I know... Sorry, I had to be vague during our HoloNet talks. My real name's Sanju Pine. Kemish, this is the woman who got in touch with me after the Eagles broadcast. Said she wanted to join us.
Uh-huh. Sanju says you fought the Imperials at Druckenwell. Says the Empire has a bounty on your head.
I didn't know you were at Druckenwell. We should talk.
Is all that real? You some ace killer looking to get the Empire off Balmorra?
You think I don't live up to my reputation?
Maybe I do. Can you blame me? My name's Kemish. These people here, they follow SWTOR, our founder. They've been spat on, starved, and punished by the Empire. Now you're not from Balmorra. You haven't been through what they've been through. Makes me wonder how far I can trust you.
What makes you judge and jury around here?
See these cybernetics? Earned them after an Imperial soldier threw me to the torture droids because I looked threatening when I was 18.
Damn. Kemish, I never realized you...
Sure, Sanju. So, yeah, I've earned respect around here. I've earned SWTOR's trust. You've got a long way to go. Look, I don't have a problem finding people for sabotage and suicide runs. But real soldiers, they're harder to find. So, take a job, show you're useful, then we'll talk.
You've got my attention. What's the job?
There's an abandoned factory not far from here. Used to make droids, but its defenses went haywire when the Empire took over. Place is swarming with rogue security units. It's also full of expensive equipment. Get inside, and there's something I want.
Can I just comment real quick on... now, I am not someone who I would say I'm a good judge for evaluating, like, accents or dialects. Because some people seem to, I guess, be more definitive on judging that than I am. Me, because I'm just kind of like, whatever, it sounds okay to me. I just wanted to say that you notice how... I think Joe Wyatt's changed to a non-British dialect for her cover. I think it sounds good, and I think it's a example as to why I think Joe Wyatt at times can be an excellent voice actor. So I just wanted to go ahead and comment on that real quick.
What if the place is locked down too tight?
If you don't think you're up for it, I can shoot you here and now. Wouldn't bother me a bit. The Okara droid factory produced shielded power cores for stealth droids. I want a case for my people. My people can convert the cores into explosives, plant them around an enemy base, and thanks to the stealth shielding, no one will know until it's too late.
Sounds nasty. But sometimes nasty is what gets the job done.
Let's be upfront. This is a test. So if you fail, don't bother coming back. We'll just kill you.
Good luck. And be careful. The factory's a nasty place.
By the way, in case you're wondering why I flirted with him, in case I haven't pointed out before, other than the smuggler, the agent has, without question, the most flirt options. I guess to be more clear, the smuggler has the most flirt options on the Republic side, but the agent has the most flirt options on the Imperial side, and they're almost, identical in terms of how many there are. If you don't believe me, just check the Star Wars The Old Republic romance guide online, and you'll see the total number of listed romance/flirt options that there are for each class, and even each gender. And, yeah, it will also include the ones from the expansions, but just the ones from vanilla, it just seems like the agent and smuggler have by far the most. And while we will be having her romance Vector later on, that doesn't mean that she's not going to romance nobody. After all, there are times where having to be flirty and seduce can help complete the mission. I mean, just think about almost like how James Bond had to almost, on a regular occurrence, have to flirt and seduce someone to help make sure he got the job done. Plus, some other women had to do the same thing to Bond in order to complete their mission. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Dr. No, and you'll see the that scene where the woman realizes that Bond didn't die in the car ambush, and so she gets on the phone with the people she works with and says, I'll try to keep him here for a few hours so that he can be there for when the assassin gets there. So what does she do? Well, she lets Bond, have sex with her. So, and of course, in future movies, Bond would kind of be willing to resort to the same thing. So, the point I'm trying to make is that sometimes when you are undercover and you're having to complete a mission, sometimes you have to resort to doing things like that in order to help ensure that you actually complete your mission. Because otherwise it may get them suspicious, it may blow your cover, it may cause your mission to become a failure. So, there's always those tales and speculations about the things you sometimes have to resort to when you have to go undercover. In fact, I believe at times during this story, they'll even have to talk to the agent because there will be times the agent has to go undercover. In fact, they also do this in real life for police officers who also have to sometimes go undercover because psychologically it can actually have quite the impact on somebody. Having to be undercover and pretend they're actually on that side they're trying to take down, and sometimes they have to resort to doing horrible things to maintain their cover. And it can have quite a dramatic psychological traumatic impact on them. So once their cover is over, or even sometimes during their cover when they can safely meet up with those they work with, they will have to go see like a therapist or a psychiatrist in order to kind of deal with some of the things that they're having to endure while undercover or be a part of, because it can be very damaging if you don't either have it treated or talk to someone about it. There can be definite lasting effects, and we're gonna see stuff like that happens later on. The thing I recall about Agent is that early on it's like, well, there's some good stuff here and there, sometimes, but later in the story, it gets very interesting and very intense. So this is one of the things I love about Operative. We just snuck past all that trash. All of that. Now, there's also something here to return us to the entrance. That's fantastic. So now all we have to do is just fight these two. Alright, so this one has the less health, so I'm going to immediately just... BAM!
Come on out, I'll show you my gun.
Thank the stars I reached you. Sorry about earlier. With Kimmich there, I couldn't say a thing. Station Chief Reynolds told me you were from Imperial Intelligence, so I set things up as fast as I could. Anyway, Sanju Pine. Guess you know that.
I'm Cypher 9. Renald said good things about you.
I'm trying not to mess up anyway. So, Kimmich verified your background. Intelligence did its job, you're fine there. I'm doing my best to find out anything about the cell leader, Greystar. Maybe you can learn more when Kimmich trusts you.
I need you safe. Finding out about Greystar is my mission, not yours.
I appreciate that, but I've been inside the cell for a year now, and they haven't gotten suspicious yet. There's one other thing. Those power cores you're after, you know what Kimmich plans to do with them, right? She's gonna attack Sobrik. She'll have some of the new recruits plant the bombs and run, hit the town and the Imperial base.
Casualties? How many injured, how many dead?
Well, how am I supposed to figure that? Just listen. I know a way to disable the power cores so Kimmich won't suspect you. There's a machine in the factory that can do it. Run the sealed case through the machine, and the cores will fry. Kimmich will see you didn't unlock it. She'll assume the cores went bad over the years.
It's a risk, but we could save a lot of people. I'm in.
Great. I'll send you the machine's coordinates. We can stop a lot of bloodshed. I'll see you when you get back to Troito, okay? Sanju out.
Kinda cute, isn't he? Kinda stupid, too. If he had money, he'd be perfect.
Sanju has a few things going for him.
You two would be perfect for each other. Horrifying, but true. Anyway, let's find that machine. Or maybe not.
Look at Khalil trying to play matchmaker with us. But yeah, until we meet Vector, the agent is okay with the idea of, she does look at him and go, he's kind of cute. And so she's okay with the idea of, perhaps seeing if there's something there with this guy, even though he's also deep undercover. You heard him say he's been undercover with these people for a year. So yeah, that's part of the issue here. So now I have to take this back up to get to the thing near the entrance where I was at. So yeah, it was a bit of a shortcut. But it cuts back on the time we had to spend running back to this spot. Oh, wait. I have to go up. Now, I believe... Don't we have one of those... Maybe I don't have it yet, but I think when you have stealth, you also have the option to use what's basically a sleep dart in order to, like, put a specific enemy to sleep, so that way you can be able to, you know, sneak past them, so... Okay.
Rise and shine.
Now let's see. Don't aggro, don't aggro. Alright, I'm out. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to play operative for this story. Or at least have the option to play operative. Of course, when I started this, I didn't know they were going to start doing this change from Legacy of the Sith, where they allow you to swap back and forth between two playstyles. So, you know, giving me the option to swap between operative and sniper.
You and me, we're getting good.
Back already? Your friend's quick, Sanju.
Told you she was good.
You tell me a lot of things, but I asked for the stealth droid power cores. If you don't have them, you're wasting my time.
Spare me the attitude. I want to work with you. Here.
Huh. Looks like you actually made it to the factory. It'll take a minute to get this case open. Sanju, go fetch Pyther and a droid.
I think we've got it, Kemish. Crack the case open and let's see if our new friend did the job right.
Hey, Nola North.
Looks like everything's here. Except... What's this? The readouts say the power cores are fried. What did you do?
I went in there and got the case like you asked.
You don't get to make excuses. Not to me, and definitely not now.
Kamish, come on. There are plenty of ways those things could have gone bad.
It is suspicious, but power cores are pretty fragile.
Yeah. Okay. Bad luck can happen to anyone. Once.
You said yourself that you need people. Let me try again.
Fine. I'll give you one more shot, but you better make this work. You seen the caves in this valley? Dark and cramped, but they make a nice hiding place. Scanners bounce right off them.
Useful for all sorts of things.
Seemed like a good discovery. Greystar set up a training outpost in the caves a while back. Then the Empire started dropping gas bombs on the Republic. The outpost was poisoned. Toxin got into the soil. Turned good kids into drooling psychos. And the caves were overrun by our own people.
There's got to be a way to flush the toxin out of your people. Restore their sanity.
Early on, maybe there was. It's way too late now. We're willing to cut our losses, but there's still data on the outpost computers. I want it transmitted out and the systems destroyed.
Sanju, get to high ground outside of town. You can pick up the signal with the booster box.
Is all that clear? The toxin victims will be after you, but get that data wiped, or we're finished.
What's so important about the computers?
That's none of your business. You just do your job.
Yes, ma'am. Down over there. I'm not surprised. And of course, this place usually has tons of trash, but of course, now that we have our stealth here, we'll be able to just kind of go right past them all. One of the things that I've always been irritated by in this game is the leashing. For those of you who may not be familiar with that terminology, leashing refers to the way aggro and de-aggroing of enemies work, but also in terms of how it functions. So like older school MMOs such as, you know, EverQuest and I believe Vanilla WoW somewhat did this, but kind of differently. It's based on, like, you know how if I aggro an enemy there and he chases me, it'll be up to a certain distance. And this is how it usually works these days. It goes up to a certain distance, and then it causes the aggro to stop, and then they go back to normal, and they have their health full as if the combat never happened. Back in the day, there also used to be a thing in Vanilla WoW where it would be more so on a timer, and you could actually keep refreshing this timer. This is why back in the day, you could actually see clips of, say, people pulling, say, raid bosses or world bosses all the way to giant major cities, such as Orgrimmar or Stormwind back in the day. Now, fortunately, later on, they changed how that works so that people couldn't do that anymore, because it would happen a little too often. Let's just say there are plenty of people out here, you know, that exist that like to do things like that, either because they can or because they like to troll, or they're like, well, hey, look, they should, you know, not let it happen, so... another player pulled him. Alright, fine. I could have snuck by, but you know what? I'm going to help a fellow player out, so fine. I'll go ahead and do this. And look, it's a sniper. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. So we're going to have to go all the way... Oh, my gosh. Yep, we're going to have to take the long way. Ow. Okay, hold on. Alright, Khalil, let's sneak by. Shh, don't make a sound. Actually, hold on. Oh, never mind. Alright, so we got to go this way. Alright. Deep inside enemy territory. But yeah, basically on other classes that don't have stealth, what I would have to do is I would have to just either fight all these guys, or I would have to run past, just keep running past them, or even on my mount, hoping they don't dismount me, and just running a certain distance until they eventually stop chasing me because the leash has reached its limit and they have been de-aggroed.
Ash in the soil and a gun in my hands. Let's go.
This game, unfortunately, has a very long leash range. There are times where I'm like, really? You're still going to chase me that far away? You know, and I'm just thinking, you couldn't have, you know, had the leash range be shorter or something? Apparently, nope, never mind. They see me.
You and me? We're getting good.
So that's one of those times where it's like, nope, these are mandatory enemies I have to fight, so can't be skipping them. Alright. Whoa! Something broke my stealth. It's alright. That time I wasn't within their aggro range, so it's fine. Oh! Wait, does the poison gas in here somehow do that? Is that what's causing my stealth to get broken? Well, I could use the rocket boots for a little bit of time, but not too long. I'm wondering if that's actually breaking my stealth right now. Alright, so these are guys I am going to have to actually fight.
Rise and shine.
I'm receiving your transmission. Give me a second to fine-tune the frequency and I'll start transferring the data. There, it's all coming in now. I guess you made it to the outpost okay?
I'm fine. What's your status?
I'm in the grasslands above the valley. Chemish didn't send anyone with me so I can speak freely. It's actually really pretty up here. All this data Chemish wanted us to retrieve. I think some of it's from Greystar. Orders, communiques, all sorts of stuff. Blast. There's a list of collaborators. Balmorrans who've been working with the Empire since the occupation. Chemish hates collaborators.
What do you think our plans are for the list?
Chemish probably wants to make the list public. If the collaborators are outed, a lot of Balmorrans will want them dead. Some of these guys are officials, factory bosses, the works. If they start getting killed, the governor's gonna punish everyone.
Punish them how, exactly?
After a big terrorist hit, the governor rounds up a bunch of civilians. Most of them disappear forever. Look, I can send the list on to the Imperial authorities. They can set up protection for the collaborators in case Chemish goes public. I know Chemish might get suspicious after what happened with the power cores, but what else can we do?
So this is part of the dilemma, obviously, for the agent, because this is what I was talking about, how sometimes you have to do things when you're undercover in order to maintain it, some of which can be pretty horrible. We have to decide if letting these people die to maintain our cover is the best choice, or if we risk saving these people's lives and blowing our cover.
Get the message out to secure the collaborators. No one else has to die.
All right. I'll do my part. We'll hope Chemish doesn't catch on. I need to sign off and get back to Troita. You should do the same. Send you out.
You two are so good together. Sanji wants to save lives, you want to save lives. It's cute. Shame you'll never find happiness together.
What can I say? People just fall at my feet.
They do. Me? I have to push men down there, but it all works out. Anyway, let's get going. No point hanging around here.
Yeah, let's just say I'm not gonna be too broken up when it's like, oh look, I have another companion I can have with me instead of you, Khalil. Sorry. You can now go wait on the ship. Like, once we get Vector, that will definitely happen. I actually don't remember who we get in between, or if he's actually the second companion we get. I really don't remember. I remember the Doctor that we get later on that has to do with the rat ghouls, and I of course remember Scorpio, and I remember Reyna Temple, because she was the one that my male agent did not romance Khalil. He romanced Reyna Temple. And based on what I've seen in later expansion content, even though Khalil is introduced earlier on and has a bit more content, the reunion with Reyna Temple felt better. Like, Khalil was just like, whatever. Reyna Temple, however, made it clear that she actually cared about us still, and that she was, now that we were reunited, she was never going to leave our side again. And I was just like, aw, that's real sweet.
You made it to the outpost okay? Good. Sanju was just showing me the data you sent back. In fact, you did the job pretty well. There's just one little problem.
Everything went fine on my end.
Is that right? Then explain something. I had a list of collaborators on the outpost computer. Sanju downloaded the list and gave it to me. All good so far. But now the Imperials are posting extra security around my targets. Looks like there's a leak inside my organization. Any ideas?
You're implying I'm responsible?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just letting you in on the situation. Consider it a warning. Greystar will know how to handle this. For now, I need your skills for a special job. I don't have anyone else who can do it.
Just say the word, Chemish. I'm in.
You know all about the way the Empire and the Republic have been using our planet as a battleground. Pretty obvious stuff. Normally, the Republic doesn't bother us. They've got other worries. But I need someone to get inside the main Republic base.
Why do you want to get in there?
I need you to make a drop to one of our friends in the Republic ranks. Get past the guards, get inside and make the delivery. That's it.
What delivery? Who am I looking for?
You want to work with us, you need to get used to not knowing every little detail.
She's right. Just part of the setup. Don't get offended.
Here's the package and the coordinates of your target. He'll know what to do once you make the delivery. We're clearing out this safe house, so I'll contact you once we've settled somewhere else. And be careful at the base. They find you, they kill you.
Believe me, I can handle a few soldiers.
See you in a while. If you make it back alive, I can promise we'll be working together a lot.
We'll talk soon. Watch yourself.
And now we're going to be heading all the way over there. In fact, hold on a second. I may know of a shortcut to kind of cut down the time. I saw someone else do this and I thought, that's actually clever. Alright, that's not it. So, okay, I think this is it over here. So there are, heroics, and the way that they have set this up, I just don't quite remember which one it is, honestly. So, each of these heroics have a fast travel point right to the entrance of the heroic. What I'm trying to remember... Okay, so, which one is this? This is the Resistance Sympathizers one. Okay. So, if I get this right, it takes us into that territory, allowing us to skip a chunk of the running there. Yep, I was right. Alright, so now comes the funny part. Now I abandon all these, because I couldn't remember which one it was. But just a big, I would have had to fast travel there and then kind of make my way all the way through here and throw some other trash over there. Instead, I'm just put right here. So we skipped quite a bit of that. So if you want to cut down some time if you're doing this, go ahead and get the heroics and then see if there is one near where you're supposed to go, and then just do that little fast travel there. This is really not my thing. I've just never really been that fond of stealth classes. It's never really been something that I've liked or have been interested in or just really enjoy in general. Some people enjoy stealth classes like rogues and WoW, and I've just never have. The playstyle of like the rogue just has always been it's my least favorite class in the game. I just don't have fun playing the rogue. I don't like the resource in combat style with how you with the combo points and all that and how it actually works, but it's just also the stealth thing. This to me is just kind of boring. Now it's convenient for like if I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of trash, that's fine, but otherwise it's like this isn't necessarily fun gameplay. Like the other classes, even though I have to fight these things, at least I could be playing a class that's actually fun to play. But I think the other thing is that usually these classes are done for one specific thing by other players. You guys probably know exactly what I'm referring to, which is sneaking up on other players in PvP and ganking them, or griefing them, which to me is one of the most despicable, disgusting things that you could do. And I get so just irritated and sick when I hear people say it's one of the only ways that they can actually have fun playing the game. It's the only thing they actually have fun doing in the game. I'm like, are you serious? Of all the things that this game can offer you, that's the one thing you have fun doing. Then you need to find something else to do and play. Because if that's literally the only thing that you can do that gives you any kind of fun, then I don't know what to say other than just find something else to do. That's more worth your time and not, being an absolute hindrance and annoyance to other people. Because if one of the only ways that you can actually have fun is to make other people's day miserable, to me that's just very sad and pathetic. And if that is something that bothers you or upsets you that I said that, well, too bad. That's how I honestly feel about it. The only time I've really actually kind of enjoyed Rogue in WoW was during the Legion expansion. But that was because it had not only an interesting class hall story, but also there were some quests for that they actually utilized what it does that actually made sense in terms of the stealth and the sneaking and such. And then of course there was the specific Rogue mount that you could get, which involved sneaking into enemy faction cities and taking out a specific target, which underleveled was suicide because the way that the guards in the cities worked had absurd amounts of detection on you for being underleveled. But anyways.
Rise and shine.
Hey, I don't have long, but please tell me you didn't deliver the package to the Republic base yet.
What's going on, Sanju?
That package you're carrying is for Greystar, the Terror Cell leader. Greystar's the man inside the Republic base. Chemish wants to extract him, and you've been sent to help.
If you're right, then Greystar is mine.
That's how it looks. As best I can tell, Greystar has been secretly managing and supplying the Terror Cell while pretending to be a loyal Republic officer. It was the perfect cover. Well, until the Republic started to suspect. Now Greystar needs to escape before he's caught.
Why does the Republic care?
The terrorists aren't going to let the Republic take Balmorra back. The Empire's their main enemy, but they don't think the Republic's much better. Your package contains instructions and maps leading to a safe house. But we could change those instructions. Send Greystar into a trap. Once we have Greystar, we could make him give up his security protocols. We could send out orders to the cell using his name.
In that case, the Empire would have the whole cell as a puppet.
That's the idea. I know how Chemish and her people think. If we capture Greystar and learn what he knows, I can forge convincing orders. Chief Reynolds been looking for a way to turn the terrorists against the Republic for ages. We can make it work.
What exactly do you need?
I'm sending you rendezvous coordinates. If you want to do this thing, tell Greystar to meet me there. I'll arrange the rest. If you don't send him my way, well, I guess you'll have to kill him.
I don't think it'll come to killing Greystar.
Good luck then. I don't know if I'll see you again. Depending on what happens with Greystar, I may have to go into hiding for a while. But it's been an honor working with you. Sanju, out.
So it looks like we are about to meet Greystar. And he's just chilling in a cell over here. Look at this. Hello there.
Verkwoli drafa utpota mina. Menufitan fine milma moria un matumitain. Eruele flara garo. Isabor jesem zevaxa inatro. Bome finadre.
How did you know I was coming?
Imarne am pasager für hog broor. Pegarus plot as vista bokar pina. Nuimarstro deber kurt burkurni.
I'm proud to have done my part. I'll do anything to set Balmorra free.
Koniskile fias kasanum. Iru atirolo arom bruawa. Skoribo for remita dosum. Moflaska kikafi mamogur tu flator.
There has been a change of plans. You're going to rendezvous with one of our people at these coordinates.
Dau van modlegar. Hiels trioio furgalogar. Hef skam pimio helka tudverk. Hever zegna ekio apflo kompa. E gratio pegar huska me vini. Mina mo folksa meo hun.
I like how he's like, oh, now that you've destroyed the droids guarding me. I'm like, no, I haven't. They're still right there. I snuck past all of them. So go ahead and walk past them, but by all means, be my guest.
I'll remember that, sir.
Bauer daruvonar. Overpori bil skure al gut nudar glangor.
And, of course, that aggroes the droids. Because, of course, it does. Alright. Now... to go report in. And that may have actually... Oh, looks like Kalia wants to talk real quick.
You said you wanted to talk.
What? Oh, yeah, sorry. No idea what I was gonna say. Been distracted. Thinking about home.
You never told me where you come from.
Red dirt ball of a planet way out near the unknown regions. Life was miserable on Ratatak. Backwards people living in caves. Big on tribal blood feuds. Almost got stoned to death when I was 12. That's when I knew I had to get out.
You're going to have to explain that. When you say stoned...
Rocks, fist-size, thrown at me. My dad was from a cursed family, which is basically tribal propaganda for we want your land. Some great-grandfather of mine was a warlord. Conquer a few tribes and you're a cannibal demon of the summit.
How did your father and the others handle it?
Kept their pride, hid the loot. Not that I got anything, or I might have stuck around. I hitched a ride on a spice trafficker ship. Figured the big, civilized galaxy would have a place for me. I thought I was gonna get accepted. I had to get tough.
This spice dealer, did he help you do that?
Not him. Other friends mostly. I don't want to bore you. But it's nice talking like this. We should do it again.
Alright. It's always nice when having a chat gets you to the next level.
All right, make me look good.
Don't you just hate it when you just miss the elevator and you're like, ugh, now I have to wait for it to go all the way up and then come all the way back down. That's why you tell them, hold the elevator for me!
Watch your back.
I expect a full report as soon as possible, Station Chief.
Of course. As soon as things have calmed down. Ha! What have we here? If it isn't the Cypher herself come triumphantly to our...
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me wait for Khalil to come back.
I expect a full report as soon as possible, Station Chief.
Of course. As soon as things have calmed down. Ha! What have we here? If it isn't the Cypher herself come triumphantly to our doorstep. I was just telling our keeper about you.
Am I interrupting a meeting?
No, we were finishing up. Reynold, summarize the situation for Cypher 9.
You gave us quite a prize, Cypher. The Terror Cell under our control. Greystar captured and replaced by Sanju Pine, of all people. I never dreamed we'd see such success, but Sanju has already begun sending orders, and the terrorists now unwittingly serve us.
Is Sanju managing all right? There's a lot of pressure on him.
Oh, the boy's fine, just fine. A bit overwhelmed maintaining two identities at once, but we'll guide him through it. For the time being, Sanju will use the Greystar persona to gather information and turn the terrorists against the Republic.
As time goes on, we may find other uses for the terrorists. But that's another discussion. The Balmorran cell is no longer a threat. The other cells in the Eagle's network will no longer receive fresh recruits and supplies from this world.
Any news on our primary target?
Progress is being made, but now is not the time for that discussion. Station Chief Reynolds will take matters from here. He'll run cleanup and forward any discoveries to headquarters. When you return to your ship, contact Watcher 2. She will brief you on all new developments and transfer credits to your discretionary accounts.
I'll be on my way shortly.
Good work once again, Cypher 9. Keep her out.
That man hides it well, but the strain's getting to him. Probably worried the Dark Council will skin him alive.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Make no mistake, I don't hold him responsible for what happened, but Darth Jadus was assassinated on his watch. Oh, but now's no time to discuss politics. You deserve a moment of celebration, and I have work to do.
I'll let you get to it then.
Safe journey, young Cypher.
Not bad, Agent. Not bad at all. You and me, we're going places. You and me?
So let's go turn this in, and then we will cut it off and come back down to Balmorra to do the planet story.
Secure transmission established. This is Watcher 2. I'm glad you checked in, Cypher. Chatter has increased among the surviving cells, and it seems the Eagle is planning another attack.
I just eliminated a group of terrorists. And you can't say congratulations?
Sorry. Congratulations indeed. Now, we have a serious problem. The Eagle only needed one cell to bomb the Dominator and assassinate Darth Jadus. For what's coming, he's using the entire Terra network. But the messages we've intercepted are frustratingly vague. Just cryptic references to devices called eradicators.
Any idea what an eradicator is?
A weapon of some sort. But is it a laser? A virus? I don't know. Not much to be done at the moment. You need to focus on taking the Terra network apart. As you eliminate the larger cells, we can identify more terrorist activity centers. Eliminate enough, and the network will lose cohesion.
Guess I'll be bailing you out again.
Good. Why don't you shoot a few people? That always helps me sort the data. Sorry, that was uncalled for. I just haven't had the energy to spend on social protocol. I'll be in touch. Watcher 2 out.
Yeah, they do some interesting stuff with Watcher 2 later. Of course, she won't be referred to Watcher 2 later on. But anyways, next time we will be heading back down to Balmorra to do the planetary story and see the light side version of that. Stay tuned.